You ready?
Hey, listen!
Get some.
Yeah.
Hey, listen!
A pleasant September 12th afternoon to everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Lawrence's Let's Plays. Today I'm bringing to you the final part to my 5-part series of my top fighters representing each character class. I've done mages, I've done marksmen, I've done healers, which was my most recent video I just put up, and I have also done fighters. So this rounds it off, as this is the video that will show my top 5 defenders. For those of you guys that have watched the previous videos, thank you so much for that and for the support. I do appreciate it. Nothing really left to say. My name is Lawrence and let's play. So first off, I'm going to tell you that my pick number 1 and my pick number 5 are probably going to receive some controversy. Again, as I stated in the past, I welcome anyone's comments to my channel. I love taking the time, because you guys have taken the time to leave me comments, and I'm more than happy to respond to those comments. A lot of them have been very constructive. One gentleman in particular, I apologize, my man, but I forgot your name, but he writes me paragraphs based on these lists, and he's brought up some very valid points. I promise that next time I look into my comments, because I'm sure he's going to do a comment on my most recent healer, top 5 healers, and probably on this video as well. I'll make sure to give you a shout out in my next video, my man, because you've been a tremendous help to me to kind of make me go back and look at some heroes to kind of reevaluate. Okay, maybe I see the merit in where he's saying this person might be a little bit better. So bang on, again, whatever your name is. I apologize. I don't remember at this very moment in time. Anyway, that being said, this is my top 5 defenders. I'm going to tell you right now, controversial picks for 1 and 5. I guarantee I'm going to get some controversy over these picks, but here we go. Defenders. First and foremost, I got to start on the right place. Defenders. I know this is going to be controversial. I'm expecting the hate, and that's fine. Captain Reeve, guys. All I'm asking is that you hear me out. First off, as my Buckethead recently had proven, and be sure to check out his channel, fantastic content creator for this game as well. Puts up a lot of really cool guides, especially tier lists and stuff. He said, Captain Reeve, the way that you really want to build him, believe it or not, is don't build him as a defender. Build him with damage. And this guy can actually pump out quite a bit of damage, and I'm going to give you some reasons as to why I believe he's number 1 over the other picks. So let's go over his info first, hero details. HP is very high, base 28,761. I think you'll find that I believe he is the highest out of all of my picks. Also, an important caveat I want to remind you guys of, and that gentleman, because he's been on me a couple videos now about, hey, why are you not including this hero? I am not including Lords in any of these lists. Lords are going to have their own separate video. Be sure to check that out. I might even put that up today or sometime within the next couple days. I've been planning on doing a video where I break down who I think the best Lords are based on their abilities that they provide their teammates. So with that being said, yeah, Lords are not included in these lists. But his HP is extremely high, 28,761 base HP. Attack interval, however, is slow. So I'm going to tell you, to get the best benefit out of this gentleman, to get the his very best, you definitely want to build him with some attack speed. Well, let's go over his skills, and then I'll kind of break down as to why I'm saying he's number 1. Deals 100% damage to one enemy. That increases up to another 20%. It's just a basic attack. Boiling Brine, manually activated ult. 1100 max rage cap, 400 initial rage, 20-second duration. During the ultimate, each attack deals 200% AoE damage to multiple enemies around and inflicts stun on them. This effect lasts for 20 seconds. Skill cost gets reduced by 200, so now it's 900. Damage 20, so it goes to 220. Effect duration goes up another 5.5 seconds, which is really strange. They just have the 0.5 instead of a whole second, but whatever. So it can go up to 25.5 seconds. That is partly why he's so good, because let me explain something. For those of you that do not have him or do have him, maybe you've just not realized just how good he can be if you build him with damage and don't really build him so much as a defender. Yeah, you want to put some HP on him, a little bit of defense, but primarily build him as a damage dealer because you'll be surprised just how much damage he does. And the thing with his ult, as you can see in the little window here, look how far it stretches out. Somebody please tell me in the comments if I'm missing something. I'm welcome to to listen to your comments and learn from my own mistake. But I don't know another defender in this game that has that kind of range. That on his ult he attacks enemies not only in the front of him but also several tiles behind him. Someone please point out another defender that can use an ult and can attack enemies behind them, because I don't believe they exist. At least not in non-lords. I don't know if any of the lords do that. So that's one thing that makes him incredibly good. He has 2 types of CC. Inflicts slow on 5 enemies in range. Packed with the drowned, passive. Slows targets up to 1, 2, 3, 5 more targets. So he can slow down up to 10 enemies that come into his brine shield. The brine shield is consistently active, so he has 2 CCs. Stun with his ult, and he constantly slows enemies down, which can greatly help your marksmen and your mages as he's slowing them down to be able to proc more damage on them. And he's constantly slowing them down because that brine shield is always active. When attacking enemy targets under control, restore 3% of max HP. So again, what makes him really good? He has some self-sustain. Max HP restoration goes up an additional 4%. So he's actually restoring up to 7% of his HP when enemy targets are under control because of his slow, because of his stun. Also, another thing that just takes him above everyone else in my opinion is this Sunken Treasure passive. But again, it is reliant on owning Rozek. But if you have Rozek, unlock the following bonus effect. Gold obtained through battle is increased by 6%. And then with Rozek, he boosts it to 12%. If you have both of them, you're getting a 12% boost. Also, by having Captain Reeve and having Rozek, you get a 12% XP boost as well. That's pretty damn significant. He's blocking up to 3 enemies. That's pretty standard fare for a lot of the defenders. Let's go into his awakenings. For every 4 attacks landed, this is A1. The next attack deals 150% AoE damage to enemies in range, inflicting stun. That's pretty damn good. His A1's pretty nice. Every 4 attacks, he's doing 150% AoE damage. So again, build him with damage, and you will see the difference. If you built him as a defender, I believe you're making a mistake. You should really build him as an attack unit, as a DPS unit. HP plus 1200. Increases the slowing effect area of packed with the drown when boiling brine is in effect. This is kind of questionable. I don't know if, because it doesn't show a percentage. I believe they're like 50% slowed normally, and I believe it's a 25% bump up if you get him at A3. Cost -3. He's not really that costly, but anytime you can reduce cost to hurry up and deploy a hero is great. Enhanced during the boiling brine. When surrounding enemies are killed, increases the duration by 1 second up to 10 seconds. So now he's able to increase his boiling brine up to another 10 seconds when you kill enemies when they are affected by boiling brine, which slows them down. So again, I'm certain that's going to be a controversial pick, but that is my pick for number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go with Regulus, the lion. Love this guy. Love his design too. Let's go to his info, hero details, max level. You see he comes a little shy of the max HP of Captain Reeve, 27,360. But what's really nice about him is his ability to damage share and invincibility. Let's go into his skills. Physical attack, basic attack. It deals magic damage to 1 enemy, increases defense by 5% for every 1 enemy blocked. Well, we already know he's going to block 3 units. So that's an automatic defensive boost on this passive, or on this basic attack rather, of 15%. So that's really nice. He also gains some rage regeneration. You see when you skill him up, +3, +3, +3, +3 times 4. So 12 rage regeneration. I don't know if that's +12 rage regeneration. Should that be +12%? I don't know. Please let me know in the comments. And here is his manually activated ult, Morale. Increases Regulus's max HP by 40% while sharing 40% of damage dealt to allies surrounding him for 12 seconds. The initial rage cap is quite high at 1200. Initial rage is quite low at 300. 12-second duration. Max HP increase +5, so now you're taking it to a 45%. Max HP for him. Skill cost -100, so now we're down to 1100. Initial rage +100, now we're at 400. Max HP increase, now he's at 50%. Damage shared by the allies is now 45%. Max HP increase +5, so now he's at 55. Skill cost -100. Now we're at 1,000. Initial rage +100. Now we're at 500. Max HP increase. Now he's up to like 60%. And damage shared, he's sharing up to, I believe it's 50% damage dealt to allies surrounding him for the 12-second duration. Does the duration go up at all? No, it does not. But that's really nice. That's a nice way to kind of assist his team as well as assisting himself by increasing his max HP and also sharing the damage. For every 14 instances of damage, this is his Lionheart Rain passive. He will inflict stun on all blocked targets. That's really nice. Gives him a little bit of CC. Dealing 110% damage. This effect can be triggered up to 1 time every 10 seconds. Required hits received goes down 4, so then it becomes every 10 instances of damage he takes. And the damage increase goes up another 40%. So 150% damage is pretty nice on the blocked targets. Lionheart passive, when Regulus' HP drops below 10%, he summons Holy Shelter and becomes immune to all damage for 8 seconds up to 1 time per deployment. 1, 2, 3, 4 second increase. So that goes up to 12 seconds. So it gives him some more self-sustain, his ability to become completely immune to all damage for 12 seconds when his HP drops below 10% per deployment. Pretty good. Really solid. When morale is activated, inflicts defense increase on all allies. I believe that's a 20% bump. Yes, 10%, excuse me. 10% bump for all the allies. HP plus 1200. Makes them a little bit tankier. When on the field, all defenders gain physical damage reduction, magic damage reduction. Those, I believe, are 10 and 15, right? No, they're both 10 and 10. All damage reductions. Now, this is great. 8%. Automatic damage reduction of 8%. When Lionheart is triggered, it restores HP to full. So again, he's a very solid hero as well. Definitely don't be upset if you have a copy of Regulus. He's going to do you great as a classic defender. And then third place, this one was kind of tough for me. It was between Olag and Baron. I know a lot of people absolutely love Baron. I still don't have a Baron, but I know what he can do and is unyielding to stay alive a little bit extra time. But I am choosing Olag. Let's go into his hero details. You see his HP is only 21,355 at max, but that's still like a lot of HP. Physical attack deals damage to one enemy. Stops attacking and shifts to a defensive stance for 25 seconds, increasing physical damage reduction by 40% and block by 1. This physical damage reduction can increase by 10% to 50% physical damage reduction for 25 seconds. Effect duration plus 5, so now it's for 30 seconds. Skill cost -100, so it goes down to 900 rage. It's going to take them a while to get to that. Every 12 seconds, cast a shield that can absorb damage equal to 50% of max HP. The shield absorbing, or the absorption damage from the shield can go up another 35%. So that's 85% shield absorbing damage. Cooldown can go from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. Like, he's just a tank. Like, he is the true definition of what you would call a tank. He just tanks like crazy. It just absorbs all that damage, and he is a fantastic hero to put on the battlefield. Increases the strength of shields gained by 10%. So there you go. Now he went from 85 to 95%. Defense plus 100, HP 1200, all damage reduction plus 5, really nice. Not quite as good as Regulus's at 8% damage reduction. When the ultimate is triggered, grants physical damage reduction of the same duration to adjacent allies. So he's providing what, 10 or 15, 20% damage reduction to allies around him. So like I said, he is the true definition of a tank. Really, really, really solid character. And then we're going to put in fourth place Baron. Baron, going to his hero details, 24,729 max HP. Going to his skills, attacks deal damage to one enemy on basic. Cast a shield that can absorb damage equal to 70% of max HP for 10 seconds. When the shield disappears or gets broken, deals AoE damage at one time. Damage absorption can go up to 100%. Skill cost -100 down to 400 on a 10-second duration. Or 10-second duration. Passive, Immortal Wrath. Attacks deal extra damage upon receiving lethal damage. Enters unyielding, stays alive for 4 seconds. When unyielding ends, deals AoE damage equal to 50% of max HP to the nearby enemies. This could be triggered up to 1 time per battle. Effect duration, 1 second, 2, 3, 4. So that can go up to, you can stay alive for 8 seconds. AoE damage can be increased 70%. So my argument here and why I chose Baron a little bit lower than Olag, because I'm sure some of you guys might be scratching your head like, well, I mean, look at the damage he does and that kind of stuff, is that this Immortal Wrath triggered up to 1 time per battle. Like, that's great, and it can really help you, like in Gear Raid 2, I know, for him to be able to stay alive a little bit longer, to tank like a boulder and stuff, but like this only happens once. Whereas Olag's defense, the amount of defense that or the amount of damage he's absorbing, that is consistent. He is consistently doing that. And one thing I forgot to even mention about Olag, I just realized somewhere, I must have skipped, yeah, also reduces block by 1. So when he casts his ult, he also changes his ability to block 3 enemies to blocking 4 enemies. And I think that's pretty impactful when the waves are trying to overrun you. And finally, in last place, and this again, I know is going to be a controversial pick, but I would ask you, when you look at the remaining heroes and defenders, who would you actually pick? I mean, be honest with yourself. There's not a lot of options here. I can't pick Isolde because, as I mentioned, she's a lord. Separate video is going to be made for that, for the lords. And so I was kind of left with 2 people. Vivian, I don't think is that great. It was either Mariel or Avalon. Mariel, because she provides some HP. It is a single target HP, but she has a dual role as a defender / healer a little bit because she can heal 1 ally within range. But I chose Avalon, or Avalon, I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. And this is why I'm giving Avalon love, because the main thing in this game, is all about attack. And defenders, you don't expect them to really do a lot of attack, but like, as I indicated with Captain Reeve, if you build him to do attack, you're going to find he's actually quite a good damage dealer for a defender. Probably the best damage dealing defender in the game, I would say. This chick actually does quite a bit of damage as well. Attacks deal damage to 1 enemy, 1 basic. Deals AoE damage equal to 130% of attack to all the block targets, and also provides CC. She's got a crowd control with stun, automatic stun on them. The damage increases up to another 40%, so that's 170% AoE damage on all block targets. Skill cost -20. The skill cost goes down even 40 more points, so she's only needing to get to 260 rage to be able to even do this. And we know stun target is a 1 second duration, so she's adding an additional 0.5 of a second. So you're stunning them for 1.5 seconds and doing 170% AoE damage to them. So that's pretty solid. And also, I love this. Her passive, Tough by Nature, also allows her to really embrace that defender role. If you fully skill this to level 5, she is getting an automatic permanent boost of 20% to a permanent defense of +5. So she automatically can have 25% more defense. Like, that's really good. Like, she's a nice hybrid of like a damage dealer and a defender. Restores 5% HP for every 5 basic attacks. That's great. Gives her more self-sustain. Defense +100. Excuse me, for every target hit by the ultimate skill, the hero gains a shield equal to 5% of max HP for 4 seconds. So there you go. She also has more self-sustain there. HP +1200. When shielded, increases defense by 15%. You put a shield on her, like if she's overhealed by Vortex, for instance, and he's already put the shield up on her. Guess what? She also increases the shield strength that he's already given her by another 15%. So I think she's actually really solid. And again, I had a hard time picking that 5th spot. It was honestly between Mariel as a dual kind of healer defender, or Avalon as kind of a dual damage dealing defender. And I chose Avalon. Those are my choices. If you agree with me, I'd love to hear it in the comments, or where you may have disagreed, or you think I should have put someone a little bit higher. Did I rate someone a little higher than you would on your list? I'm always welcome to hear your comments and respond to those comments accordingly. I appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you guys for stopping by. If you found this video helpful and informative to you, please do smash the like button to get that out to as many people as possible, to help them out as well along their journey in the lands of Taya. Also, guys, consider subscribing to the channel to help my channel to grow. I appreciate all the support I've been getting. The channel's really seen some great growth in the last month, and want to keep this ball rolling. So thanks so much. My name is Lawrence. This has been Lawrence's Let's Plays, and I am out of here. Hey, I'll see you guys real soon.